All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Celtics, they just inked their coach for the next 3 years. Pat Riley is getting his flowers from the Lakers with a statue. And there's a new kid on the block in New England, the New England Patriots, man. It's a new kid on the block there. New England Patriots, they got one. And the Minnesota Vikings, they're looking for some help in the wide receiver department. Who should it be, man? Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready and we are live. Let's ride right here on the Real to Sports Talk Show.
I can't accept the loss, I'm hard-headed. There's a little bit of madness to my method. Many falling off that fine line that I'm treading. I risk anything to be great and I'm not letting nobody rob me of my victory. Number one, that's what I'm meant to be. When by any means, only thing that makes sense to me, I can make nice or make history. I got that dog in me, yeah, turn me up. Big energy, got the crowd going nuts. I got that dog in me, Andy up. I take on anyone, I don't need a one-on-one. I got that dog in me, yeah. I'm talking all bite, no bark. I could rip your squad apart. I got that dog in me, so what's up? Yeah, so what's up? I told her move over. Enough of that mediocre I've been. The man since cruising around in the stroller. I got ice in my veins like a cut in Minnesota. Why not show you how I'm built? Come a little closer. Ayy, lot of heart, been smart, aura gotta glow. We can restart, give head start, still get the same result. I'm about mine. Don't you get it confused? I'ma win again. Yeah, that's all that I do. I got that dog in me, yeah. Turn me up. Big energy, got the crowd going nuts. I got that dog in me, Andy up. I take on anyone, I don't need a one-on-one. I got that dog.
Whoo, the intro get, boy. I got how the Rock do it. Goosebumps, boy. Be hype. Be hyped. Be hyped. Thank you so very much for being here with us on this Saturday night, wherever in the world you are watching us right now, man. We are the Real Sports Podcast, and this is the Real Sports Talk Show. And around here, man, we talk about the hottest news, what's going on in the sports world today, man. Big shout out to our sponsors over at lokai.com, Packdora, and Bonfire.com, the official home of the Real Sports Podcast merchandise. I think I may have put the links in the description below, man, but I surely will, man. I surely will. 12 days. We got 12 days to go. Opening night, man. Opening night. 12 more days. And then that will be ring night. It's going down at Lincoln Financial Stadium, man. It is the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. They will be taking on the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC East rival game. I cannot wait. That is a Thursday night game, and I probably have to sacrifice one of them ones just to stay up to see that. That's going to be a fight. I got to have that one. Got to have that one, man. But ladies and gentlemen, I have assembled, of course, the very best here tonight. They are the Real Sports Podcast panel, and we all know him as the OG. He is the OG. He is the legend. He's a legend, ladies and gentlemen. Representing the purple and gold, the mighty Minnesota Vikings. Skol. I'm with the Vikes, ladies and gentlemen. Representing the Minnesota Vikings, he is the Hall of Famer, the legendary Q-Dog.
Good evening, everybody. Well, good evening. Glad y'all able to tune in today. We missed y'all last week. You know, host was out. His throat wasn't right, but he back in prime time now.
Yes, sir.
So we're glad that y'all able to tune in for this show. And like Ho said, only 12 more days.
Yes,
to
sir.
start of the NFL season. We've been waiting and anticipating on this day, and it's finally here. And I wish the best for some of y'all trying to get in. Some of us, like the Minnesota Vikings, trying to move further in the playoff. So let the games begin. And I wish the best for every team, barring no injuries. I don't want nobody to get no injuries. I want all the stars to be able to go week one.
Oh, that's right.
And have a productive season. So it is here. Let's do this football, y'all. Let's go. Skol, Minnesota. Skol, baby. Skol. Let's do it.
Skol, baby. We got the Skol. I'm with the Vikes. I'm with the Vikes, baby. I'm with it. Woo! Season starting, man. The season is starting. Oh, yeah. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. He's back. He is back. And guess what? Representing Duval County. If you don't like it, just tear with it. Representing Saxonville and the Jacksonville Jaguars over in the AFC South Division, led by quarterback Trevor Lawrence and Leah Cohen. We're going to see what the Jacksonville Jaguars got for us this year. Yes, sir. He is the 2024 Ruder Sports Podcast MVP. Stand to your feet and recognize the MVP, Mr. Rockstar Rock in the building.
How y'all doing today? Good evening, good afternoon, even good night to some people that may be on their way to bed, things of that nature in different countries. Just want to say I enjoyed the show, the barbershop show this earlier, the 1 p.m. show. It's very insightful. Things in nature that you brothers discussed was very impactful to me. And also want to say shout out to all our sponsors. Keep subscribing, keep giving those likes and your support for our show. And thank you for everybody out
there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, baby. I got the MVP. I got the legend. What's up, Mark? I'm drinking the purple Kool-Aid this year. Skol Vikings.
Yeah, whatever.
Too late. He said too late. I don't know, it sound like some sarcastic in there, Mark.
No. You gotta lay down just like everybody else do, bro.
He said good evening. Shout out to Rockstar Rock. No doubt, baby. Shout out to Wall Street, man. Wall Street in his absence. Man. Remember Wall Street's mother's in the hospital. And keep him up in prayers, man. And he will be here with us tonight, man, but he is going through with his family. Told him, man, take the day off. Appreciate him, man. He was trying to make the effort, but I appreciate him. Hey, Street, man, wish your mother a speedy recovery. God bless her and keep on rolling, man. We'll talk. We'll talk, man. Don't worry about it. Things is going to be all right. All right, man, let's get this show rolling, man. Let's get this show rolling. There's a lot going on. We got a lot going on here. Let's see here. And the NBA, this was a little old, and I seen it, and I said, see what the fellas think about this. Celtics signed coach Joe Mazzulla to a multi-year contract extension. In 3 seasons with Boston, Joe Mazzulla has gone 182-64 in the regular season and led the team to a 2024 NBA title. Boston Celtics president Brad Stevens has said throughout the offseason that the team wanted Joe Mazzulla to be his coach for a long time. It made that more than a proclamation Friday announcing it has signed Mazzulla to a multi-year contract extension length, and the details of the new deal were not released. In a statement, Mazzulla called his new pact with the team a blessing. He said this, and I quote, "I would not be there without my faith, my wife, and my children. We are thankful for the partnership with our ownership groups, Brad's mentorship, and the support of our staff. Most importantly, I am grateful for the players I've been able to coach these past 3 seasons. I look forward to competing for the Celtics and the city of Boston." Mazzulla, who's 37, is coming off his 3rd season as Boston's coach and guided the team to the playoffs each season, including the franchise 18th NBA title to cap the 2023-24 season. And he was the youngest head coach to win the NBA Finals since the 1968-69 season, when 35-year-old Bill Russell led the Celtics to the championship as a player coach. Under Mazzulla, the Celtics have won at least 57 games each of their seasons and topped 60 victories in each of the last 2. Oh man, this is impressive. Oh yeah, appreciate that, Mark. Say praying for Mama Street. Appreciate that, Mark. Yeah, man. No doubt. Prayers for Mother Street. But Man, 2024 NBA champion, youngest coach to win the NBA Finals since Bill Russell, a 4-time Eastern Conference Coach of the Month, which we don't mean shit, and then the 215 and 81. That's his record overall as the Boston Celtics head coach, averaging 60 wins a season. That is very impressive. But let's start the show off, of course, with the MVP, who happens to be the fan of the Boston Celtics here, Joe Mazzulla. 3 years, man. You got him 3 years. But my biggest question is, because the guy's great, his resume is great. So the question is, with that, Rock, is with the new contract signed, will Joe Mazzulla win another NBA championship with the Boston Celtics?
I will say yes. I don't believe it'll be next year. I believe we'll still be competitive in the Eastern Conference. Mm-hmm. I honestly think we'll probably get to the Eastern Conference championship because of the simple fact of we still have a championship nucleus. We might not have Drew Holiday and Porzingis, but we still have defenders that was kept on the squad. Jaylen Brown is going to have to step up this year. This being, that prove it based off of his contract, him getting that big contract. Mm-hmm. And with Joe Mazzulla, it's really going to have to show how he's going to, how he is his coaching. Not having actually two superstars to necessarily be able to be leaders. Mm-hmm. Now this is that time for Peyton Pritchard to kind of show more and show that he can step up and be a leader in certain ways and maybe come to form with being a better pro. He has, it's not like we don't have NBA final experience on this roster.
Exactly.
Peyton Pritchard been to 2 NBA finals. Mm-hmm. Derek White has been to 2 NBA finals. Mm-hmm. Jaylen Brown has been to 2 NBA finals. Mm-hmm. So they know what it takes to get to a regular season, and they know what it takes to get to the playoffs. Now it's just it's a little difference because them guys are going to be the number one guys that everybody is going to be looking at on the scouting report. So, but I believe that Joe Mazzulla will win another championship within this 3 years of the contract. I don't believe it'll be this year, but it will be next year when we have a full healthy Jason Tatum.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Q, what you think, man? You think the Boston Celtics, with the new contract signed with Joe Mazzulla, with the Celtics win another NBA championship? And I know you're a Lakers guy. I know that East Coast West Coast rival. I already know. But do you think, though, with your basketball IQ,
don't hurt them to say
with your basketball IQ now, do you think the Boston Celtics can win another NBA championship under Joe Mazzulla?
If we wouldn't have never lost a Top Gun, I can factually say yes.
Yeah.
But when you lose a player like that, a young player like that, the nucleus of your team, and we know that, and kind of like what Rock's saying, they'll be competitive, but we know that that's not going to be probable this coming season. And even with Tatum coming back, that's still a year absence of not playing basketball.
That's true.
So, he's going to have to get his legs up on them. We don't really want to see, we're not going to see the real Jason Tatum until sometime around the playoff season of next season. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot to aspire, from now to then. That's a season and a season and almost basically a season and a half or a season and 3/4, not including the playoffs, almost 2 seasons that we can honestly say that they might be to the upper echelon of trying to get to an NBA Finals. But we're going to see if he can do a whole lot with less this year, we'll know that he is truly the good coach that they signed. But and at the same time, if he don't do a whole lot with less, then we understand. So to me, it remains to be seen. That's a hard task to climb without the star player, especially when you're young. It's a hard task to climb. It really is. There's only one Jason Tatum. I mean, you can't. You move on, but then you build a whole season without him, and then when you build a whole season out without him, then the players that you count on it with the whole season without him, then you go into that following season with him coming back. He's still not fully the same Jason Tatum that he was when he left the game. So he has to get back to that point. So we got a whole 82 of regular season games to be careful with him, to see where he at. Don't put too much on him. And but you still got to win games. You got to win games to stay competitive, get you in the playoffs. And so you can't lean too much on him. So it kind of, like you got to win games. You can't put too much on them. So you're done for this year. X that one out. And then next year you can't put too much on them, and you can't really count on him too much because he's just getting his way back after a season miss and getting back on the court. And so we won't know until he get back to mid form. So season starts in October. He might not get back to mid form to about maybe close to January or February. And then that's when that playoffs run starts to kick in for all other teams. And a lot of teams are being stronger by then. It's just a whole lot of different scenarios. But it's key to your key player. You can't rush him like a Grant Hill. You're gonna do his damn career in, and they know that. That you can't do them, but you got to take baby steps with them. You got to take baby steps because if you want the full career out of them, you can't try to catch up with other teams. So you might have a full failed 2 years, but in that third year of his contract, then you get your Jason Tatum back of old, and then you make that year 3 of his contract, you make that push to the NBA championship. But that second year, I wouldn't try to put too much on him. I would just I wouldn't just because he's back, I wouldn't rush him too much. I still would got some other players in there to be counted on like year 1 when he's out. That way that I can let him groom himself alone. You know what I'm saying? They'll put him out there and these minutes where his body is not ready. I mean, that's your key man of your franchise. So like I say, it's a lot of things that can conspire by the end. But I can honestly say that year 1, we agree. I'm agree with Rock that we know that's not probably going to happen. Year 2, it can be happening, but I wouldn't push it.
Yeah,
I push more. I look for a year more 3. I want that man to be fully back to the old Jason Tatum when he got healthy. That year 2, I don't want to push that man like Grant Hill. Just he come out there and paying him X amount of dollars. I want to push that man. Next thing you know, I got him back on the damn shelf. I don't want that.
Yeah, right.
I don't want this is my franchise you're playing with. So I'm just gonna continue to just get that man right. And if we peaking, we'll go along. We'll see around April year 2, see what happens, what we can do along with other core players. Key players in there. We got to bring in some key players that we're gonna build off year 1. You know what I'm saying? And just let him work his way in. What you say?
I say I respect that. I can respect that.
Yeah, I wouldn't try to push it within the first 2 years. I wouldn't do it. That's a major injury. You don't need to do that. You're talking about this is your franchise player, and he's young, So take your time. Don't worry about outside noise what other teams are doing. They're going on to be in the conference championships or NBA type or NBA conference finals or whatever. Let them, that's that. But what you're doing, you're preparing yourself, set up for that man after year 3rd year. I would shoot for him to be strong and be ready. You already got your core players. Then you can make that title run like you really want to make it. But I wouldn't force it year 2. I wouldn't do it. That'd be a total mistake.
I agree with you. I wouldn't push it either, Q, because he's young. Achilles is a major issue. more to me more than the ACL. But the Boston Celtics, let me tell you something. That front office that organization is so smart. They are just a smart organization. They make great decisions. I mean, Brad Stevens, man, that dude, I got respect for that dude when he was Rice's coach back in the day. And
You mean Butler?
Butler, I'm sorry. And
Yeah.
and he led Butler. He put Butler on the map, man. And and then to come to Boston and stuff, man, and how he was doing in Boston, I'm like, man, Jesus, like this organization is very smart. I think the Boston Celtics got what it takes to win an NBA championship this year. I know it sounds crazy, but it's all going to ride on Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, I know it, and I know exactly what
you can't compare him to Jason Tatum.
No,
no, hell
no.
He can't carry that. He can't carry that cross like that.
But with a supporting cast, he can. But because look, we got the emergence now of Derek White. Derek White is to me is an all-star. I mean, Derek White is okay, bro. I think Boston has enough because look at it right now. You got in the Eastern Conference the Indiana Pacers just dismantled. They're not going to be the same. The New York Knicks, they still relying on Jalen Brunson. They're going to run him to death. You do got the emergence of the Orlando Magic, and you may have you got the emergence of the Detroit Pistons, but all these teams, they're not ready. Boston Celtics is still the most, and the Milwaukee Bucks,
yeah.
And they don't even have a point guard.
Detroit might be sneaky good next.
That's very true, but the inexperience would carry them out. The only team that will, to me, in the Eastern Conference will give Boston that run is the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, it's really there. It's really not to cut you off, host. It's really Cleveland's. It's really Cleveland's division. It's really Cleveland's conference to lose at the moment because we don't have our two superstars to have us to be the Eastern Conference favorite. And this the crazy thing about it is they won the conference last year because of how fast they started off in the regular season and the teams they beat. They beat like the Charlotte Hornets like 3 times in like 2 weeks, or they was whooping up on some of the worst teams in the East, and they beat some Western Conference teams here and there, Cleveland. But when they played Boston, we was the first team to give them their first loss last year, the Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA Cup game. So, to me, I just look at it with us taking a step back. It's really Cleveland's conference to lose, and then everybody else can pretty much fall in place with it.
That's what I'm saying. And I agree with y'all. Jason Tatum is a dog. He is a straight bona fide dog, one of the best players in the NBA. But I say what I said was I'm not saying that they're gonna win it this year, but they got the capabilities to go to the NBA Finals. They have the capabilities.
That's true. That's true, and I believe that too.
Right.
I believe that too.
But the only thing I hated with Boston is they got rid of Drew Holiday because that's a guy that you need on the team.
Well, it was either going to be him or Derek White.
Yeah, and Derek White so happily Derek White can give you 20 points a game.
And that's the thing. Drew Holiday defense is more than what he brings more of his defense to the table than his offense.
Absolutely.
And the crazy thing about it is with Derek White is a much more bigger guard that brings defense and offense, like you said.
There you go.
Drew Holiday was the one that was expendable. Him and Porzingis. They both had big contracts, and we didn't know Porzingis' health situation. So
Derek White is what they need right now because nobody knew that Jason Tatum was going to go down. So now you got Derek White is going to step up I think he got what it take, man. Because Derek White, like you just said, the guy can do anything. He can run point guard. He can play your 2. He can play your 3. He can
He's a
get
much better
nasty.
shooter, though. He's a much better shooter than Tatum. I will say that Derek White is a much better shooter than Jason Tatum as far as
we got to understand the nature of that injury, man.
Yes, sir.
We can't keep thinking that we know that Tatum is a great player, a good scorer, but we just can't think of the fact that we can I just don't want that. The Grant Hill had screws in his ankle and pushed out there and just tore his career up.
Yeah.
And I just don't want that man to be out there to the point where, I just think he need, even after that injury, man, I still, sometimes they get out there and you really ain't really full healed from that injury, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the one of the worstest injuries you can have in basketball.
Absolutely.
That's the worstest. I mean, you're planting and you're cutting and you're parking and all this stuff, like your legs move, you got force and weight. Who say that Achilles is ready for all that yet?
Exactly.
I mean, I can't really say, man. I would have to see him for a full year of basketball.
Absolutely.
Before I can say that he's really ready.
I'm with you.
But I wouldn't force that on that man second year, even though I feel like we peaking in the playoffs and this and that. I still let that man come along gradually. But I understand the owners and I understand teams and I understand the concept that you're gonna have to play him. He's been cleared by the doctors. That's the biggest thing. Cleared by the doctors.
Yeah, if he 100% ready to go for full contact, then they would gradually give him his rest. Like he probably won't play a lot of back-to-backs and things of that nature.
Right.
But I don't see them putting Jason Tatum. And I agree with you on this. I 100% agree with you on this, Q-Dog. I don't see them putting Jason Tatum out there on the court unless he's 100%
100%
ready to go. Not 80%.
No,
not
even 99.
I think they really want him to be fully 100% where he got the explosiveness, his movement.
He talking on that ankle, making those noises, and
he dominating in
the you got to see all that in practice, man. You got to see all of that.
Dominating in the 5-on-5 scrimmage.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Send him down to the G League to see how he
there you go. Because Boston plays. Boston's style is their physical. They're a physical team. They're a running team and they're a physical team. Look at Al Horford. That dude, 38 years old? He runs, but he's physical. That's the way Boston gets down.
I think he a year younger than LeBron.
Oh, so he's 39 years old?
Will LeBron about to be 41 this year?
41, yeah. So he's like 39.
Al Horford 40. He turned 40. His birthday the same day. His birthday the day before mine.
Okay. So like I said, the style of play, and I agree with you. I wouldn't rush the guy. He's my franchise. He's the best player on the team. No, bro. I don't care. Unless you're 100%, and I agree with you, Rock. Go to the G League, play a couple G League games, and that's the way all organizations need to treat their star player on the way back instead of just rushing and wanting the NBA title right now. I get that you want to win right now, and I get that you're trying to put asses in seats. I get that. But, hey, you my number one guy, bro. So I need you to take it easy. Be cool. We got enough on the court. We got enough on the court to get there.
I think Orlando did that with Paolo Banchero when he came back from his ligament injury during the regular season this year. Instead of just throwing him back out there, I think he played a few minutes down in the G League, and then they called him up.
Yeah,
I believe that's what they should do.
Yeah, I tell Jason, just relax. We got enough on the court. They can get us to the playoffs. All they got to do is get in the playoffs. They're a veteran team. They can win Get in the playoffs. Get in the playoffs.
I think we're gonna trade Anthony Simons though, the guard that we
from
traded.
Portland.
Yeah, he the next one that I think we're gonna trade because we traded George Niang for somebody, and then we picked up Chris Boucher, the center from Toronto. But I think Anthony Simons will be the next one we trade to probably get somebody to go in the backcourt.
Think of this too. Say if you're two that he is coming along but the other players are having so much of a good chemistry. They come with so good chemistry. And then you come around and he gets to 100% or he gets to a point where you feel like he's the old Jason Tatum around playoff time. Do you think he might do more harm than good because all the players that worked a good chemistry, and now you coming in and you putting this superstar back in, and they've held the fort down so long and worked so well together? Would that be good then, or how would you do that? It's a little tricky.
That's a good question, right?
That is a great question. Me personally, I wouldn't care, man. Because again, he's my best player.
The Bulls did it.
I wouldn't care.
The Bulls didn't care. They brought Michael back into the fold.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't win it that year, but they did bring him back into the fold. But I get what you're saying though.
Yeah, I get that's a great question.
We see it on the gridiron all the time. You got that quarterback that backup that's firing on all cylinders, and then your superstar come back, and then it's like, do we go back to our superstar or do we ride the high? We ride the high hand. And sometimes the coaches go with the philosophy that's been helping them win. And they gradually bring that. Well, in football, it's different. You go with the high hand, that guy's going to be sitting. In basketball, you can kind of say, all right, Tatum.
Yeah, you do a heat check.
Can you come off the bench?
Yeah.
Because it's right now our camaraderie with our starters right now, and you're coming off this injury. You gradually come off, help our bench. And then, if things turn where we need to put you in the starting lineup, you make that them conversations. But to me, it's not like he got a problem with coming off the bench. He did it for Team USA.
Yeah.
He had to do that. So
yeah, that's true.
I kind of think about back in the day when we had the Lakers had Eddie Jones and Eddie Jones. When Eddie Jones scored 20 or more, they win every game. And he was third in the league in steals. And Eddie Jones was truly on both sides of the ball was the best player they had.
Truth.
But when Kobe came in, he was putting the pressure on because he was scoring 17 points a game off the bench as a rookie.
That's very true.
So then it came to the fans because the fans run LA.
Yes,
so if it wasn't for the fans, they would continue to let Kobe sit on that bench because there's no way you get rid of Eddie Jones. There's no way you can get rid of that man like that. And then, so I think that was because of the fans, and we wanted for fans they would have kept. But I know it turned out to be, a good thing for the organization because Kobe won championships. But I think they probably would have won some championship with Eddie Jones too. But Kobe was pushing them. He was pushing them hard.
Yeah, he was a different breed.
Yeah, he was a different breed. He was pushing them hard. So it just get tricky sometimes. You get players that come in, and then, we don't have first stream and second stream like in football, like in basketball. But when players get their opportunity, with Jason Tatum out now, other players are going to get their opportunity. To shine within an organization. You might get them from another team that the system fits them. Yeah. And they start the damn score. They start the damn, be an elite scorer because now the system is fitting them. What do you do? You don't know, and it's just like, damn, now I done got me another damn superstar. What the hell? What the hell do I do now? Do I take this hot hand off? Yeah, you don't know how it's gonna end up.
Don't know how it's gonna end, and that's when Brad Stevens is gonna have to use his judgment. He's gonna use his best judgment, but you can't get rid of a guy like Jason Tatum, can you?
Get rid of him though, but you got a motherfucker out there that they light it up like a motherfucker the same way he would light it up, and the system fitting them. How can you take that hot hand and cool and put it on the bench and make it cold? How can you do that? I'm not saying that. I can't say. I'm not saying that will happen, but stranger things do happen.
Yeah, that's true.
It do. Players get players. We see it every year. Players, no-name players. Every season, we see that got their opportunity, and they is not trying to give up that damn spot.
That's what happened with Isaiah Thomas.
Huh?
That's what happened with Isaiah Thomas when he came to Boston.
Yeah,
he got his opportunity, and then he skyrocketed and started averaging 25 a game and was getting the green light. He was taking about 50. He was getting about 50 shots a game. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny you say Isaiah Thomas because it was like Adrian Dantley. When Adrian Dantley went to the he's like, hold the fuck up. Like, wait a minute, bro. I know this Isaiah team, but hold on, bro. Because Adrian Dantley, he led the league in scoring at one time.
Was it McGuire? I think it was McGuire McGuire, is that his name? McGuire was the one that forced him Adrian Dantley to leave.
Adrian Dantley was good. Adrian Dantley was really good. He was he led the league in scoring, bro. But I know it was Isaiah's team, but
Benny Johnson, the microwave.
You know what I'm talking about? So, but I think Boston is going to be all right, man. That is a very, very smart organization, and to me, they have always made the right decisions. And it's still a winning culture. It's still, a winning culture, man. So, I'm with it.
Yeah, because the thing about it, we're saying that they're a winning culture. So in order for them to be a winner and continue to win, that means certain players their games got to step up, and they got to step up. And their game step up, and they catch on fire. And then we're looking at like it's something that can nobody, the organization and the coach can't expect until it's happened. And then when it happens, and then it's like, well, damn, hold on. You got my man coming around the corner pretty soon. And then we got this motherfucker right here, he done lit on, he wasn't shit nowhere else, but he turned around and now he just lighting it fuck up.
Lighting it up.
And like, damn, what would we do? We can't put this hot hand in a cold hand. Mm-hmm. I mean, it just, to me, what's up, Philly G?
What's up, Philly G? Philly G. What's up, boy? Philly G's in the building.
It depends, man. We'll just have to see how that play out.
Yeah, I'm intrigued, man. I'm with it. Like I said, they make great decisions, and Brad Stevens, man. Yeah, I mean, he got the card still. I know what they call
what they call a good problem to have.
A good problem. Yeah, man, I'm with it. All right, so we went from Boston. So hey, why not get on a plane and let's go to L.A. The Lakers to honor Hall of Fame coach Pat Riley with a statue unveiling against who else? The Boston Celtics. The legendary coach who won 4 titles with LA will become the 8th Lakers luminary to be honored with a statue in Star Plaza. The Los Angeles Lakers will unveil a statue of former coach Pat Riley on February 22nd as the Hall of Famer joins the likes of former team greats Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, and Kobe Bryant in bronze outside their downtown arena. The Lakers will fittingly honor Riley against their longtime rival, the Boston Celtics. Riley coached the Lakers from 1981 to 1990 during the team's Showtime era and won 4 NBA championships in 82, 85, 87, and 88. He led the Lakers through one of the most dynamic eras for any team in NBA history. With Johnson and Abdul-Jabbar leading an exciting roster with a ground-breaking fast break offense, the Lakers went 533 and 194 in Riley's tenure and added 102 playoff victories over 9 seasons. That's insane. Good Lord. Raleigh will become the 8th Lakers illuminated to the honor statue in the plaza, which has become a popular tourist attraction for fans of the globally popular franchise. The others are again Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, and Shaquille O'Neal, and broadcaster Chuck Hearn. So, looks like. Philly G said, "What's up, fellas? My opinion is on the East. I don't know what my Sixers gonna do. Celtics can't be trusted. Milwaukee is cooked. Orlando will rise to top 5. It's not a bad opinion, Philly G. It's not bad. Not bad at all.
The Sixers can't be trusted.
The Sixers, they are
contract
trash.
they gave Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, and what's his name? Oh, Joel. I don't play enough Embiid.
Yeah, Paul George he's just a cancer everywhere he go. Whatever.
When we had a show about that, if it was going to work, I said, watch these first few years. If it don't work, they're gonna be looking to get rid of him by year 3.
Paul George sucked.
He signed a 4-year contract deal.
He sucked, dude. But Pat Riley, Q-Dog, I know you're a long-time Lakers fan, and I was fortunate enough to see the Showtime Lakers. Good God Almighty, that offense was off the chain, bro. The Lakers was just who they are. They was just entertainment up and down the court. But my question to you, and I'm glad Pat Riley is getting his flowers. I don't know why it took so long to get it. Look what the guy done for the whole franchise. I mean, 4 NBA titles in the 80s when you had to battle the Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers and the Detroit Pistons. Like I don't know why he's just not getting his flowers now, but I'm glad he got it. He got it. But Q, my question to you, my bro, is Pat Riley your top 5 NBA greatest coaches of all time?
Yes, got to be.
Got to be.
Got to be. You know, you're talking about an era of basketball, a decade of basketball, where 2 teams constantly was in the NBA Finals or NBA champ. This is the only era I ever seen.
Come on.
You know, what you got, the Bulls was in the 90s. They was the only one, but they didn't have a complement of a Western foe that was constantly in it, the same decade, in it with them all the time during the whole decade. That's the only era where you say Celtics, and then you say the Lakers. And then, you know, you're looking at Larry Bird and looking at Magic Johnson. They both come out of 79 championship. And it was ironic, you know, that had to happen. One playing on the West Coast, one playing on the East. And it saved the NBA. And Pat Riley at that point he was assistant coach at that time when Magic Johnson came, and they bumped him up. And they got rid of Paul Westphal and
Paul Westphal, I remember him. The old man,
so you know, he fit that Laker look, the slick back look, and you know, and you know, which they don't dress like that with the suits and everything on the sideline, and stuff like that. And him and KC Jones were going that back in the day.
KC Jones,
So, you know, yes, he definitely, man. I mean, you know, that was an era of basketball where you had 2 of your the thing about the Lakers and the Celtics was just so good about it that they both had good starting 5 and they both had benches.
Both.
I mean, that's very ironic.
Especially Boston.
One was considered the black team. One considered the white team. Yep. The black team was coached by a white coach. The white team was coached by a black coach.
Yep.
I mean, and it wasn't really about race. You see race pop up here, then you see color pop, but it was all about basketball.
Yep.
They just didn't like each other, man, and it wasn't about color, nothing like that. But Magic Johnson, Larry Bird erased that because there was 2 people who wanted to compete it, and Pat Riley. When I tell you, you know. He for that decade, man. I mean, yes, man. That man right there, Yeah, he deserved that, man. Yeah, he wanted the
Yeah,
top five.
yeah.
I honestly say. I don't know if anybody can. Maybe it's a few coaches, but not too many can put their stuff on that pedestal like that.
I agree. I agree with the dog on that one, boy. That Pat Riley, he solidified what an NBA coach should be, and the way I ain't gonna even say he turned that team around because they was just star-studded all the way. But man, when he brought that a little bit of West Head style, because West Head was the go 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 go, but Pat Riley brought that toughness. One thing about
Yes.
the Lakers wasn't as tough. They was showtimey, but they was quick, but they wasn't as tough. Pat Riley brought in that winning mentality. Pat Riley challenged those guys. Pat Riley brought what he brought in LA to the New York Knicks. So that's why the New York Knicks became one of the toughest teams in the NBA because of Pat Riley. Look at the Miami Heat when he left the Knicks, he went to Miami. And look what he did with the Miami, and still to this day with Miami Heat. But enough of my
He
talking.
he was involved. He was a part of that historical game in college where the college, I forgot what it was, some kind of Southern team.
Yeah,
They
Texas
first
Western.
time, yeah,
Texas
they
Western.
started the five first black players
Yeah, he got
in
dunked on
history.
by
He was
David
on the
Lamb.
opposing team. He was a part of that championship.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
He played with Adolph. He was on. He was the All-American for Adolph Rupp's Kentucky team. I watched the movie. That's why I know it's
Yeah, it's all good, baby. That's all
Boy
good.
Road.
But what you think, MVP? Pat Riley is finally now getting his flowers from the Los Angeles Lakers, who so happily battled your Boston Celtics throughout the 80s. I'm telling you, man, one of the greatest rivals in NBA hit, the greatest. Fuck that. That is the greatest rival in NBA history, the Boston Celtics and the Lakers. But how do you feel now that first of all, how do you feel Pat Riley finally getting his flowers? And is he your top 5 NBA coach of all time?
Yeah, I would say Pat Riley deserves to be in the top 5 NBA coaches of all time. With Red Auerbach, Phil Jackson, Greg Popovich. He's up there. Pat Riley is up there. He has won multiple. The reason I put him up there is because he's a coach that won multiple championships with one franchise. But he's won multiple with one franchise, and then he also went to another franchise and won a coach to win the championship. The same way as Phil Jackson did, leaving Chicago and going to coach the Lakers and winning multiple championships. And he's done a lot for the league. He's been around. He's pretty much. When you think about the Lakers, you think about Pat Riley. When you think about the Miami Heat, the first thing you think about is Pat Riley.
Yeah, Riley.
Miami. And those Knicks, those bad boy Knicks team that Jordan had to face in the 90s. Was a Pat Riley led team. So
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He had his imprint in the NBA and in probably I would say the greatest era of basketball that we've seen or grown up to see, the 80s and that 90s and the early part of the 2000s. He's coached in all 3 of those eras of basketball.
Absolutely.
And was successful in those
sure
eras.
did.
May not have won the championship in the 90s with Miami or with the Knicks, but those teams were successful. They were powerhouses. And he won a championship in the 80s. He also was able to coach the Miami Heat team to where he let Dwayne Wade do his thing in the finals to lead them to a championship. That's the pinnacle of having a good coach, because he was the one that told them, y'all need to let Magic run the offense. And that's what caused Magic Johnson to go on and have this prolific
Exactly.
career. He the one that told him. He the one that told Magic Johnson about the rookie votes. He said you only got 3 votes, and that's what turned Magic into the monster to go out there and for him to be the youngest Finals MVP in the NBA at 20 years old. So
at 20. That's crazy, man. And the thing, and then look at this. This is the same guy that was responsible for bringing Shaquille O'Neal to Miami. This guy was a coach. He was a coach and the GM at the same time. This is insane, Pat Riley. Pat Riley is a guy, bro, who has won everywhere he went. Like the MVP has said, he's won with the Lakers. Then he went down in the 90s with the Knicks. He went to the finals with the Knicks. Went to the Knicks and the Knicks in the 90s. Of course, we all know they had one of the greatest rivals with the Indiana Pacers. So I mean that right there. Okay. Then now he goes down to Miami with the Miami Heat, and then now he sees a kid out of Chicago by the name of Dwayne Wade, gets him out of Marquette. 2006, bam. NBA championship. Then you bring the most dominant player in NBA history, Shaquille O'Neal, with him. 1-2 combination. Boom. Then you put Gary Payton around him. Boom. Mike Miller around him. Boom. It's just, man, the guy's a genius. Pat Riley, I'm glad that the Lakers have honored the guy. I really wish that I can just see that, man. See Pat Riley, go out there in LA, man. I've never been to LA, but I heard it's lit. But man, just to go see something like that and see Kobe Bryant and Elgin Baylor. I mean, just the Lakers and the Celtics, man. So much rich history, man. That's insane. That's basketball right there. The Lakers and the Celtics. With this guy right here, this guy, I'm not saying he's the godfather of it, man, but he was definitely in the heat of the battle between the Lakers and the Celtics. That was when, and I was telling somebody, matter of fact, my buddy Maurice, we were just talking yesterday at work, and we was talking about old games like the Lakers and the Celtics. That's when men was men. Men was men. They hated each other. They didn't go out to eat with each other. They didn't do none of that stuff. Pat Riley hated Casey Jones. Casey Jones hated Pat Riley. These guys hated each other. They respected each other, but they hated each other. Man, I love it. But Pat Riley, I'm glad he got his flowers. I'm okay with it. Congratulations to Mr. Pat Riley. There's something going on in New England, y'all. There's something going on in New England. I'm talking about the guy by the name of Trayvon Henderson. He's ignoring preseason hype. He says, and I quote, I know that love turns into hate. Rookie running back Trayvon Henderson has been the talk of training camp and the preseason, a precursor to being a key weapon for the 2025 New England Patriots. From his 100-yard kickoff on the preseason touch of his career to last week's 8-yard plowing touchdown run, Henderson has turned heads at every stage. The Ohio State product understands the buzz, but won't let it go to his head. He said this, and I quote, I don't really pay attention to all the social media stuff, which is good. And Henderson said on Tuesday via Mass Live, the biggest thing I know people praise me now is because I have the success, but I feel like it doesn't come from true love. At the same time, people see me as a football player, so if things come crashing down, I know that love turns into hate. The biggest thing is I keep my eyes on God and focus on what he sees in me, and that's what I keep my focus on. So this guy here is super young, but that's a very mature statement coming from a rookie running back, Q. And Q, I believe you said something about Trayvon Henderson before, did you not?
Yeah, I mentioned him before because when that draft was coming out, one of my Viking partners, he was big on Trayvon Henderson, and even though your boy was getting all the smoke out there and out there in um, Idaho State, the one that played for y'all, he was getting Jency, yeah, he was getting all the hype and talked about. Your boy was flying kind of like up under the radar, but one of my partners was kind of high on him, real high on him, and kind of seeing why now. We're kind of seeing why.
Yeah. So how successful would you think this guy will be? Again, I'm using your football IQ here, Q. It's a lot of Q's in that IQ, Q. How successful will Trayvon Henderson be with the New England Patriots?
Oh yeah, he's gonna be real successful because of the type of scheme that he's playing up under a tough-minded, defensive-minded coach and Mike Vrabel and and then the type, the weather up there, that's gonna be apparent. Those cold weather games where they need a back to pound that ball and run with toughness and it's gonna be geared towards that. I don't think New England's gonna be the kind of team that's gonna woo you up and down the field with a bunch of high power five scoring, but they're gonna be a pound and ground team, you know what I'm saying, and play good defense. And so I think that this man, he got a good career. They got the right one. I think they picked the right one.
I think so.
I was big on him or Amarian Hampton. That's my man. I was really rooting on Amarian Hampton. He's gonna be another tough one. On those tough Adrian Peterson type running backs that we are starting to get back into the fold of, running backs in the NFL, which Saquon Barkley gladly carried the torch for last year. And so, this man Henderson, man, he was pretty much well talked about from one of my colleagues, and I think that he will be successful in this organization with the right coach. The right type of weather will play into his strengths. And so, yes, I can see that.
I can see that too. I don't really know too much about Ohio State because I don't like Ohio State. I don't. But, man, they do produce great running backs from Maurice Claret to Eddie George to Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, the list goes on and on, man. Hard runners. I'm sitting there watching his kickoff return against the Washington Commanders, and it's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive. He's like you say, he's a hard runner, man. It's something that you don't see these days is hard runners. He's a hard runner. He's a little fella, but he can go.
Yeah,
he can go. He can go in there. So maybe we got to see him week 1. So.
Good luck to you.
You got that right, because
good luck to you.
Yeah, he can go, man. Philly G said, "Yeah, we don't bro. We don't fool with Ohio State, bro. All day, Philly G, all day." Well, MVP, what you think about Trayvon Henderson, MVP? And this guy here, you're a college football guy. And you probably mostly seen him in college. In college football. But do you think New England got something special with this guy?
Absolutely, and I believe he's gonna eventually be their starting running back before the season out. I think he's gonna take Ramondre Stevenson's job. He's more of an explosive. He's and I think I would say he was the better back between him and Q-Sean Judkins, the one that plays for the one that played for Cleveland, that's going through some legal issues, things of that nature. But I believe Trayvon Henderson was the better back between the two, and he's going to show it this year. Usually rookie running backs, they come in and they kind of fly under the radar a little bit, and then they have some breakout games. So, I can see him having a good game against y'all week 1.
I see it.
I can see y'all running back having a somewhat of a good game against New England week 1. So I think the future's bright for him. Like Q Dog said, I agree. Mike Vrabel was part of the coaching staff that brought the great King Derrick Henry to the league, and
Very
we
true.
see how they run scheme perfected his knowledge of running the football, and where he was able to run for 2,000 yards, things of that nature. So and win MVP of the league.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I'm not gonna go too far fetched and say that's what Travion Henderson can get to, but just the fact
I
that
do.
he's under a good coaching scheme, and things of that nature. So New England
I
usually have
agree.
those type of running backs that fly under the radar, that can catch out of the backfield, do a lot of
Yep.
utility work,
Yep.
run the ball if they need it. So I like what they're doing in New England, bro.
Yeah, I like that too. That's a pretty good pickup for, like I said, for what I've seen. I don't wish
Mm-hmm.
them success. I don't wish them success because we played them week 1. So,
Yeah.
but whatever. Good player though. Good player. What I seen.
Yeah.
I need to see a little more though. But
Yeah.
last but not least, y'all. Last but not
Well, they
least.
cut the preseason down, so we only get
Yeah,
we
I
only
know.
get
There are 2 games, right?
That's it.
2 games, right?
what?
Huh? What about
2
next
games.
year?
Yeah.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
If
I
they
don't know
go,
about
if they
next
go
year.
to, if they go to, they talking about going to 18 regular
Right.
season games,
Yeah.
They
Goodell
and
wants to
they're
Patrick
go.
trying
Mahomes and them
to
like
they're
y'all
trying
get
to
them 18
annihilate
regular
that
seasons,
third
preseason
preseason game
game,
because
so
they're
they only
saying
had
that.
2.
Yeah, because they're saying that when that going to that third week, you have that visiting team come in and you have two of their
Joint
practices.
practice.
It's
Yeah,
two
2
joint
joint
practices,
practices.
and the
Yeah,
Okay.
joint
they do.
practices and playing on that weekend. That's 3 times you play them, and they looking at those joint practices should be considered as one game. That's
I
why they
got
try
you.
to
Yeah,
annihilate that.
Okay. That makes sense.
and but Mahomes saying if they go to 18 regular season games, they gonna need at least a 2. They gonna need 2 buys.
Shut your ass up.
Which
No, stop whining, goddamn! You need no damn 2 buys.
Yes, your ass up. That's
hey,
wrong.
I'm just saying that's a
Come
lot,
on, man.
man. You talking about
Yeah.
Hey,
they gonna be
But
playing the
that's what you
Super
get the
Bowl
money
in
for.
March. They gonna be playing the
Oh,
Super Bowl in March.
I don't like that though. Damn, in March.
Just think about it. They play 18 weeks.
and that's the reason why they might not do it.
The playoffs is
That's why.
already in January. The
Yeah,
Super Bowl
yeah,
is in February. They go 18
yeah,
weeks. They gonna
Because
have
you're
the
gonna
Super Bowl right around the
yeah,
time
yeah.
March Madness
Don't
is
mess with the
about to
Super
start.
Bowl. Yeah, exactly. Don't mess with the Super Bowl. Keep Super Bowl in February. No.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep the Super Bowl in February. Hell no. All right. Damn. Last but not least here, man. Something going on in Minnesota. What's going on here in Minnesota, man? I think this story was very, very intriguing when I seen it. I said, And I didn't even talk to the dog about it. We talked a little bit about it, but I didn't get because I wanted to wait to the show to get his perspective here. But the Vikings exploring trade for veteran receiver. Who is best fit for Minnesota? The Vikings are in the market for wide receiver help. Minnesota is seriously exploring veteran receivers in the trade market. This is reported for Tom Pelissero Wednesday morning. Nothing is imminent about Pelissero, but the Vikes are actively searching. The background for the news is a wide receiver core that could be without several pieces to open the season. Justin Jefferson hamstring is on track to play week 1, but his counterpart remains uncertain. Jordan Addison is suspended for the first 3 games of the 2025 season, and Rondale Moore is out for the season, and Jalen Naylor is week to week with a hand injury. One question is what sort of veteran they are looking to bring in. Terry McLaurin is in Washington and at a contract impasse. And it seems far-fetched for Minnesota to pay another big money receiver, even if the Commanders were willing to deal. Tariq Hill's name will always be tossed around in these instances. Most likely, a trade will involve a veteran playing a complementary role, particularly when Addison returns. Would the Panthers part with Adam Thielen, allowing a reunion in Minnesota? The Patriots could thin out their receiving core. Alan Lazard could be a trade candidate out of New York if he's healthy. As evidenced by Monday night preseason game, the Cincinnati Bengals wideout room is stacked with Mitchell Tinsley flashing. A few free agents remain on the opening market, including veteran Amari Cooper. Jesus, could you imagine that? Good Lord. It's also possible that the Vikings won't find a trade partner they like and instead pick over the pile following roster cutdowns on Tuesday. All right, Q. So what's going on up north here in the Minnesota Vikings here? Because Kwesi got some work to do. He got some serious work to do. Jordan Addison, your second receiver, is out for 3-game suspension. Your star player, Justin Jefferson, he will be there, of course, week 1 with no question and no doubt. Jalen Naylor, a nagging injury. So what is going on in Minnesota, and who do you think the Vikings should pick up, man, to carry this? And your boy Rondale Moore were down there. I seen that, man, firsthand. I felt bad for him. I felt really bad. But who can pick up the slack for the Vikings in these 3 games? Because these 3 games is critical for a team like this that won 14 games last year.
Well, this is true. I mean, the wide receiving room has been depleted. Certain players that we counted on, we didn't expect that they would not do the things they would do that they're not doing in camp. You're looking at that. Jordan Addison got suspended for 3 games. He's going to be gone. Then you're looking at Justin Jefferson, he's going to be in. But, without a number 2 wide receiver, number 2, they double team Jefferson, and there's nobody else to throw the ball to. And we need, with a young quarterback like J.J. McCarthy, you have to get him somebody else on the other side. So in order to get the other side, so they started to make provisions. And the provisions they made it was, I hate that they had to do it, but I kind of felt that was going to happen anyway. When they traded Harrison Phillips to the New York Jets. And the reason why they did that, because we got some young guns that have come in, some young defense talents that's going to be off the chain. And I kind of figured that Harrison Phillips was a good run stopper, but he's not a good penetrator like these young talents is. So they was able to move him, get some picks that they can work with. And once they got those picks they can work with, now they got to go out there. It's going to have to be someone that's familiar with the system and they can bring in real quickly within the week. You can't get these other receivers to try to come in and earn a KOC type of system. It's not going to work. We don't need a superstar. We just need somebody, a Band-Aid type of fix, or somebody who can fill that 3rd wide receiver spot. So we're looking at previous Vikings receivers. Adam Thielen is on top of the list.
Yeah.
Minnesota's own. He's 35 years old, but he's still productive.
Yeah.
And he can be damn sure deadly in the red zone. So and he's a chain mover. So that being said, that him, KJ Osborne, or Brandon Powell, it's gonna be one of those 3 ex-Vikings. They can bring in already familiar with the system and have a week of practice, and they'll be playing come Monday night against the Chicago Bears. And that gives J.J. McCarthy a sense of security that you brought in another a receiver that knows the system, knows the playbook to the point where he can trust that receiver because he's been there before. So that's what it is. And then when Jordan Allison come back, when we go overseas, then that receiver that we brought in moves to the slot, and then that's when we fall into the Vikings offense that we know that we attentively want to have. But that's the situation that we're in now. We have to have a number 2 receiver because Jordan Naylor hurt his hand dropping passes. Ty Felton is just not ready yet, and everybody else is just a mediocre player. We cannot have that, and we'll be short as far as moving the ball down the field. We'll just have Jordan Addison and T.J. Hawkinson, but the wide receiver room, once you double Jordan, Justin Jefferson, then the number 2, it'd be left up to him in the wide receiver room to move the ball down the field. We got to have somebody that can get the pressure off of Justin Jefferson until Jordan Addison can come back.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's what's going to happen. The move will be made. I promise you, it'll be made by Monday.
On Monday. Okay. MVP. Minnesota's needing some help, man. They need some help on the wide receiver core. Now, Q said, keep this thing in-house. Basically, keep this thing in-house because of Kevin O'Connell's playbook. Now, if you want to go outside of the house, outside of US Bank, who will be the best choice to be the number 2 guy for 3 games? Because these 3 games in the NFL is critical, especially with a team like Minnesota. Who do you think can fill this role for 3 games and come in and be the number 2 guy for the Minnesota Vikings?
Well, I think they might do a little bit of shopping come after these cuts. After these 3rd preseason games, I think they might do a little shopping as far as who they gonna bring in. So I mean, as far as someone new, I don't know if they reach and go into free agency and go get Amari Cooper, or it may be one of these veteran wide receivers that may get cut from a roster in the preseason that can come in. But I would kind of lean towards like what Q Dog said, with the fact that this is JJ McCarthy's pretty much his rookie year on the field. You would rather him be able to have somebody that's familiar with the checks, with the calls at hand already, not someone that he has to kind of like. I mean, that he's going to have to develop that rapport with the receiver, and getting the receiver acclimated to how he throws the football or where he's going to place the football and things of that nature. That will come within reps. But as far as the terminology of learning the playbook, that's something that you can kind of help your quarterback with already, with having somebody that already knows the terminology in the playbook.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, that's a smart route to pick up somebody that's already been familiar with what your system is, instead of going to get a guy that doesn't know, just to draw a double team. You can get a guy that know your system, and still it may be a blessing in disguise, because that guy that already know your system, he's on the scouting report, but he may not get that many double teams. You put Amari Cooper out there with Justin Jefferson, they both going to. I mean, the double team, you're gonna have both people demanding double teams, but then you're gonna have to worry about who's going to get the rock, because Amari Cooper is he got a status in the league, and we already know what Justin Jefferson's status is in the league. So I would like, to me, if I like the route that Q Dog said, go on that route and getting a guy that's already familiar with your system. That way, all you have to do is just pretty much get your quarterback ready for week 1. Get him particularly ready with how the game plan is going to be. And then if you already got a guy that you're bringing in that's already familiar with your system, he's going to be entwined to already help that quarterback out as far as with the game planning. So yeah, I see that. If you want to be successful, and who knows, they might go out and get Jameis Winston too to back up. I like to see Jameis Winston in Minnesota.
Yeah, that'd be
backing
cool.
up backing up JJ McCarthy if he don't get a backup job in New York. Him in Minnesota, and if McCarthy go down, that'll be all right, because You know, he wouldn't. Kevin O'Connell wouldn't have to get Jameis Winston to be ready to play. He'll just have to get him to make the right plays on the field.
Q, I'm going to say this, and I know without a shadow of a doubt that you're not going to agree with it. But I want to take, because of the text here, because of the how can I say this, the greatness of the wide receiver core of the Minnesota Vikings. Why not for I ain't gonna say for 3 games, right? Yeah, for 3 games. We'll put it like this. For 3 games. Why not go and just maybe, why not go and get a guy like Tyler Lockett?
I mean, it's just not. You got to understand. You're dealing with with JJ. You know, with JJ McCarthy, him being fresh in the fold.
Yeah.
That's the only problem, because he has to be with somebody that's already familiar with the system. He's just a plug and play type of person. It ain't like okay, everybody else already familiar. Now you take Jordan Addison out the equation. Now you got to. It's best to bring somebody else that can come in and run the same route, run those same patterns and those plays and stuff like that. And it's somebody that you don't have to really get up to speed real fast. You know what I'm saying? It's just a few plays here and there. But generally, that what you're going to have to do is still with a quarterback like that, you're going to have to still depend mostly on that running game.
Yeah.
That running game has to be. But as far as moving the ball, now who's going to depend on that running game anyway to loosen up to help? A good friend of a quarterback, we already know is the running game. But at the same time, I just feel like, those 3 guys been in that system. They know what KOC wants. And so it just would be, and then they could fall right into Brandon Powell. You know what I'm saying? He was there. He was a 3rd down receiver. Okay. You know, so they can fall. Adam Thielen, he can be a 3rd down receiver. And what KJ Osborne, he was a 3rd down receiver. So they know that role.
Who will be your guy to go long? Let's just say they play. Let's just say they play safety. The safeties play high on Jefferson, or they put him in a cloud zone, or whatever the case may be. And who will be the guy that's gonna win the game and go long, downfield with it? Adam Thielen, 35, not built on speed whatsoever.
No, he just we forget about when we had when one was out or the other, when Jordan Allen was out or Jefferson was out, it was always TJ Hawkinson. It was always TJ Hawkinson manning that damn field. When you take away 2 from damn Jefferson, TJ Hawkinson, he's gonna move that ball down that damn field. So we're not trying to damn score a bunch of points, but we're trying to stay active in our offense. And TJ Hawkinson will do it. And along with that, all they gotta do is just make certain players. We're not looking for someone to take the top off our defense. We're just trying to keep the offense moving until we can get our explosive number 3 back. And then we can go into all the stuff that we can go to, because they already built a strong rapport. So it's going to be missing for 3 games until he come back, and then we can slide whoever the player that they pick to the 3rd down back, the receiver. So it's not about really having a player that's going to carry 17 games. It's just about a player that's going to hold the fort down for at least 3, and then they can go back and be in their natural position that they can be in for a 3rd down. They traditionally they're going to be a 3rd down back. I mean, a 3rd down receiver. But now we got to play them out wide because we can't trust the receiving core that we got. And so that's but it's going to be mainly falling on. We know they're going to try to blanket the hell out of Justin Jefferson. We know that. We know that's coming. So we got to depend on our run game and our tight end. And then and then the receiver that we bring in give us a player too. But we know when you double team Justin Jefferson or not, he's still gonna get some plays in. He might not dominate the damn game, but he's still gonna get some plays in.
That's true.
So
that's your game right there, though. The Falcons. I think the Falcons is going to be your test because the Falcons have a pretty good secondary. They have a pretty good secondary. I think the Bears. Of course, that's going to be a divisional thing with y'all. And Cincinnati's defense is trash. So it's kind of a blessing in disguise that
I'm not really looking at our offense. I'm looking at our defense. Our defense is gonna hold the fort. We will be top 1 or 2 defense, but we're gonna have the best 7 front. We're gonna have the best front 7 in football. That's why the reason why they got rid of Harrison Phillips. They got some young dogs back there that's getting down, bro. That's getting down. That boy from Georgia. That D tackle, Ingram, and then you got that boy. Yeah, then you got that boy from Morgan State to sit on the record, Elijah Williams. He get down. Yeah. So we got some dogs. You know what I'm saying?
You still got Dallas Turner.
Then you got you know what I'm saying? And then you got your boy, the 2 boys we brought in, Hargrave and damn Allen, and you talking about damn and then watch out for people. Watch out for them. JG, Jonathan Grenard, I promise you, he will be the defensive player of the year. That boy right there, I don't know how. You heard it from me. You heard it.
I heard that one.
Yeah, he will be because that boy right there, I'm telling you, he led the league in pressures. He was second in the league when it ended, but he led the league in pressure.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
And I'm telling you, man, we bring that. He got the best front 7 in football.
Minnesota got a good defense, bro. They got Brian Flores is finna have fun with this.
The wickedness of Brian.
I think y'all in Pittsburgh probably had one of the best defenses in the league.
Yeah, that defense is gonna be ugly.
Y'all Pittsburgh and Baltimore.
Yeah,
Baltimore gonna be nice too. Baltimore gonna be nice.
Baltimore gonna be nice. But Minnesota under Brian Flores with the weapons he got
the pieces that he wanted. He always wanted now in the 3rd year.
Yeah,
bro, watch that woody woo. I'm telling you, it's coming.
Man, he's suing the NFL.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, Rob. I know he can close the coffin on getting a head coaching job.
Yeah. That's a wrap on that.
But the course is going long. They're gonna go ahead on with the court case. He gonna win some money, but ain't nobody gonna pick him up. It's over.
Nah, yeah.
Nobody want that
bad publicity.
Publicity, yeah. Minnesota, man, they're good, man. Boy, what in the world? That defense is scary. I seen when they got Hargrave. I was like, good God Almighty. Woo! Oh, all right, Minnesota. I'm glad we don't got no parts of their asses this year.
You seen your boy? You seen the boy the other night, Gabriel? You like him? Number 59.
Yeah, 59. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Nice, bro. Yeah, I like how he was killing that interior. He was getting them. Yeah, he was getting them, boy. Well, we got 12 days. 12 days, man. Can't wait.
12 more days, fellas. 12 more days.
Philadelphia Eagles getting that ring. It'll be ring night. And Lincoln Financial against the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, man. That is our show for today, man.
I got jokes before we get off.
Yes, sir. Got you.
This is from the great Bobby Heenan.
Oh, Bobby.
He said, what do you call 40 millionaires watching the Super Bowl?
What's that?
The Dallas Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys. Oh, man. Hey,
about right.
It's about right. Go watch the Dallas Cowboys on Netflix, man. It's a good story. That was a good story, man. Dallas Cowboys. And, watching documentaries like that, you already know about the franchise, but it's good. Netflix did a great production on the Dallas Cowboys, and you really get to know Jerry Jones and the battle between him and Jimmy Johnson. It's a great story. Great story, the Dallas Cowboys. 8 episodes, I believe. It was good. That was good.
Troy Aikman was getting fucked up.
Some of them
hits that they were showing that he was taking back in the day.
And it's crazy, man.
4 concussions in 4.
Yeah. As a kid,
in a week, in 4 games.
Man, I remember as a kid, Troy Aikman used to get thrown in the ground, bro. He used to come up, man. I mean, then it seemed like it passed on to Tony Romo, but Tony Romo was getting killed too. Like, good Lord, but Troy Aikman was eating. He was getting ate up, boy. I mean, by every defensive lineman that was. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, man, that is our show for today. As always, man, we want to thank you. Thank you very much for watching another episode of the Real to Sports Talk Show. Now, this is the part where you hit that like button and that thumbs up button. Hit that like button, that thumbs up button. If you haven't done it yet, and also hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell for all notifications, man. We need those thumbs up, man. We need them. We need them, man. We got to get this thing going. Football season coming up. We need all the love. We need all the thumbs up, man. Got some good things coming down the pipeline for the upcoming 2025 season. We're going to be doing the King of Predictions. Of course, we're going to be bringing that back. A lot of good stuff going on, man. Football is definitely back, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank all of our sponsors for supporting the Real Sports Podcast. And again, man, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. Appreciate it so much, man. Appreciate it so much. Let's get out of here, man. We're going to get out of here. And why not get out of here with the number one guy, the MVP?
Yeah, I just want to say good night to all those watching. I appreciate you guys' support. Keep tuning in, subscribe, even go to our, our links to some of our sponsors that we have out there as well. And football is pretty much back. Things will kick off in a few weeks where we got the Eagles against the Cowboys opening night. And all I say is, may everybody have a blessed weekend and a blessed work week and Real to Sports, baby.
No doubt. The dog, might as well.
Well, I want to thank y'all. We had a fun-filled day today. We started out with the barbershop at 1 o'clock. For those who didn't attend the barbershop, we had a special guest in, Aaron Brothers Skills, and we was on a real good topic, talking about how a man or a woman should interview for a job. Very helpful subject matter for anybody that's out there interviewing for a job, whether young or old. So that was a real and touching entitlement that we had today. And also we had 4 good topics today with the Real to Sports Podcast that started at 7 o'clock today. A fulfilling day. Next week, we're going to have another week of no football until that next Thursday night with the Cowboys and Eagles. We're 1 week away, 12 days away, as the host said it. Yes, sir. Your boys out, your teams out there ready. Preseason over with.
Yes,
we got to worry about that no more.
Yes, sir.
Get your boys ready. Get your cuts ready. Because let's get ready for football, baby.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Yes, sir. You got it. Are you ready for some football? God, man, I missed that. I missed that, man. Football is here. All right, man. We'll be back next Saturday at 7 p.m. with more news from the sports world, man. We are just, again, man, we're going to keep on saying it. We're just 12 days away for the opening night week of week 1, man, between the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. It's going down in Lincoln Financial Stadium. Q brother will be there with his chest out, talking cash shit all over the place. But hey, he's a champ. He's a champ, so he deserves it, man. He can talk as much as he can. That's all right, but he got into February. But again, man, that East Division game, man, we can't wait. So everybody, y'all know the saying, man, everybody around the world, man, on behalf of myself, the legendary Q-Dog, and the reigning MVP, man, everybody around the world, please be safe and stay safe. And that's an order.